Let me just move some crap around in front of me. There we go. Now I can get in here and talk with you guys. Let me just get my laptop up here and running so I can see your chat comments tonight. And see who we've got in our stream. We may have to experience some, well, we're not getting a very strong stream tonight. But we'll get there. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is Richard Cleveland, as most of you already know. And tonight's a very kind of special stream. We are, if this thing will ever load, my laptop is the slowest thing since sliced bread. Remember having to do sliced bread? Come on, there we go. Nope, I don't want that. I want my account. Thank you. Because I can't see anybody who's watching right now. And then I can go to the live stream. We may be experiencing outs tonight, and I apologize. If the stream's coming in badly, please let me know. I'll be able to see your chats in about 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I just have to get into other features here. There we go. Oh, why don't I just go to my channel? That'd be so much easier. Because, yeah. Evidently, I'm dumb. Come on. Open up here. I will be able to see your chat very, very shortly. I'm just checking on the stream health. Looks like we've managed to level out here. Now we need to go to our stream. There we are. We're streaming live. So let me just pull that up so I can see the chat. And say hello to everybody. 18 of you are watching already? Wow. Let me just wait for this to fully load here. We might be experiencing some choppiness, but I apologize. Okay, let's go and see who we got. We got Ronnie Julian, welcome, sir. 3D Printing and Painting, hello, Jerry Knapp. We got Terry Murphy, we got Paul Cumber, we got David Sell, Victor Novak, 3D Medic Vince, Eric Widemark, I'm sorry. Ken Sturrock, hello Ken, been a while. I think I got everybody. Okay, I did get everybody. Where's your hat? Well, tonight I'm not wearing a hat. I'm doing kind of a special live stream tonight for you guys, kind of bring you up to date on what's been happening. I know when we talked on Saturday, I said that we would be doing a Tuesday and Thursday show this week. As situation would have it, we had some computer issues and now we're all sorted out. So now we can move on. So the episodes that were going to come out this week will be coming out next week. I apologize for that. Looking good and sounds good. Thank you. I remember waiting for Windows. Yes, Windows is such a pain in the backside. But anyway, I've got that turned on. Everybody can hear me great. So where was I? Okay, so this week just became a train wreck. As most of you guys know, my weeks have been train wrecks for the most part. But anyway, since I broke my hand, It was a real problem. Now my hand is doing much better. Hey, there's Hoppy Naki, John Kitchen, Jake from State Farm. Hello, welcome to the show this evening. This past Saturday, I did a class, a build and learn at SAIT here, and you guys might have heard me talk about it on Saturday night's live stream. Brian's not with me tonight for anybody that is looking for him. He is on his way to another site where he has to do something for his day job, so he'll be away till Monday, and then I think he has to go back out. So the finger is doing much better. I can move it. I can't straighten it, but it is getting there. So I've got a little bit. Thank you very much for asking, by the way. Any new 3D printer? Paul Cumber is asking. Don't have any new in the hopper, but I do have some really cool things I want to share with you guys. I'm going to be recording that this Saturday. I will be down at my studio, not here at home, so I'll probably be doing the live stream from the studio as well. Maybe we'll be able to do a few interesting and cool things. I'll be able to show you guys some stuff. Hey, there's Rick Landon. Hello, sir. So what we've got in the hopper is we got a brand new piece of equipment into the shop today, and it's a retail piece of equipment. It is from eSun. It is a filament hold. They call it a filament holder. But just to kind of give you a little bit of a spoiler, it is also a filament dryer and a filament weigh machine. So not only can you put your filament into this box, which I'm going to show you guys in an upcoming video, but you can feed it out and feed it directly into your printer, and it'll always tell you how much material you have on the roll. So that's kind of pretty cool. I will be showing you guys the new silent stepper board from Creality. That is the 1.1.4 version with the 2208 Trinamic drivers on it. We'll be doing a video on that. We're also going to be doing a video on Creality's new BL Touch. The new BL Touch is a really cool piece of hardware because they've done something. They actually have two versions of it. There's a version 1 and there's a version 2. The version 1 is for any Ender product. It comes with its own pin 27 board and the whole nine yards, so everything's included in the kit. It's a little bit more than you would pay for a BL Touch, but considering what you get in the package, it definitely is well worth it. What else do we have coming up? We also have, I talked about the board with the Trinamic drivers. I want to touch on something. Brian was out in the East, as you guys know. He was in Ontario. And goodbye, John. See you on Saturday. So what happened while he was out there, he's got a chance to visit filaments.ca, which is a Canadian filament online retail company, and he got a chance to kind of look around and talk a little bit with them. And I kind of thought that was pretty cool. He brought back some what they call purge filament. Now this is something that's manufactured by filaments.ca. I'm going to show you guys how to use it. I'm going to give you my honest opinion about it. I also spoke with the CEO of filaments.ca today, and we're going to have some new stuff coming up from filaments.ca in the very near future. We're going to get into doing some more build projects as well. We're going to finish our PC build, or pardon me, our printer build, our Prusa print build, which I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for. And I apologize for the delay in that, but we will be getting back to that. Eric says, move to Arizona. You'll never need a filament dryer. That's true. You will not. We may be getting some dropouts tonight because the internet tonight, for whatever reason, is not being very kind to me. So it's going to go up and down. I do apologize. Ken Jansen, hello, sir. And Johnny Gardner, hello. Johnny, I want to say thank you very much for the $10 super chat on Saturday's video. I apologize for the timing of that video. I don't know, I must have been on drugs when I set that one up because it was set for 5, it should have been set for 7, and I apologize. Yeah, it's going to buffer intermittently. Mark, it is, I think it's on my side. I think it might be my internet tonight. This is about the time that my neighborhood gets on the internet. So it can be a little bit of a problem. I apologize. Terry Murphy here also. Yeah. No, it's not being my friend tonight. You're absolutely right about that. But we're going to keep going because there's a few things I want to talk about tonight with regards to the show. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat. I have my laptop right here, so I'm monitoring the chat tonight. And hopefully we can get your questions answered. Regarding the Prusa, we are only about 3 episodes away from finishing that up. We're going to, in the next episode, we're going to be assembling and putting on the hot end. In the episode after that, we're going to add the power supply and show you the board that we're using. Thank you. No worries. It's watchable. Thank you very much. Super Chat is turned on, by the way. Just want to let you guys know for full disclosure, anything that comes from Super Chat and anything that we get from, T-shirts or mugs, stuff that we have on Teespring, anything that comes in through Patreon, all of that stuff goes into the same pot, along with any of our AdSense revenue, which is not very much. It is some, but it is not very much. It all goes into the same pot. And what we're using that for is to make upgrades so that we can have better internet, higher speed internet. We can upgrade things that we need in our PCs, in our audio, video, in lighting, so that you guys get a better experience. We're going to try and change up a little bit of the way that we do things in terms of the way that we deliver our content. So we're going to still deliver you the content in which we've planned, but we are going to do some added stuff. We're going to make it a little bit more enjoyable to watch, because I've watched some of the past videos recently and they're kind of dry. Even I wouldn't sit through my own videos, and if I can't sit through my own videos, there's something wrong. It's going to kind of be a short one where yeah, it's going to be a bit of a short one tonight. But getting back to the Prusa Bear, we're going to finish that. Then after we've got the Prusa Bear done, it looks like we might be getting a couple of more printers in to spool 3D. So, of course, you guys are going to get to see that. The class that we did, now, in that class, the afternoon was all dedicated to Cura 4.0. Hey, there's one Raz. Hello. Welcome. I'm going to apologize now for the buffering, one Raz. What we're going to do with Cura 4.0 is I'm going to produce a video that allows you guys to see the newest features of Cura 4.0. I'm going to walk you through it just like I did our students. And then I'm going to do a temperature tower in Cura 4.0, because I'm asked about that all the time. And I always recommend to people that they do a temperature tower anytime that they're changing filament types, PLA to ABS, PLA to PETG, whatever. And I also recommend that you do one for the different colors How's the robot coming? Johnny, the robot's coming great, but I'm going to get back to that in just a second. So I want to give you guys a little bit more information around Cura 4.0. I find I've used it now for a few things, and I really find that if you use the current versions of their profiles for the different printers that they have, it really, really works well. So I want to impart that on you, and I want to show you guys how 4.0 works, and I want to show you how to do a temperature tower in that program. It's very similar to other ones that I've done, but it is the latest version. So I want you guys all to be able to use Cura just fine. I know not all of you guys use it. Some of you are Simplify 3D people. Some of you are Slicer people. Some of you are Repetier people. But the majority, I think, of our audience is Cura based because, let's face it, most printers come with Cura. So, all right, so let's jump into the robot. The robot is coming. The head is finished. For the most part, I still have to put the ears on and tie up a couple of loose ends. And then I'm going to be bringing him home, putting him on this computer beside me, getting that portion done. I have an Arduino just dedicated for that. So we are going to get deeper into that as well. We're going to continue on with our painting. I know I was supposed to get a video up this week. Again, because of computer problems, I was unable to. My hand is doing much better. I can, for the most part, hold the brush again. What about the 32-bit version of Cura? I have not seen the 32-bit version of Cura yet. I've been using the 64-bit because all of my computers are 64-bit. Last I saw, they didn't have a 32-bit version of 4.0, but they do have the older one. So I will check into that for you, Rick, and see if we can't get some of that information out to you. Paul Cumber, nice work. Thank you. Thank you. Now, teaching a class was a very cool experience. What I really liked about it was the interaction I had with the people that were in the class. And I don't want to call them students because they're not all students. Some of them have experience in 3D printing, and I really, for the most part, really enjoyed having them there. And some people were Mac people, most of them were PC people. But at the end of the day, I know nothing about Mac. I know nothing about how it works, what the commands are. So I don't, Paul Cumber, thank you. I don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, he says. I broke my finger as well. So thank you very much. I'm fiddling with it because it's a little achy today. I tend to, because I'm right-handed, I tend to put my right hand out to shake people's hands. And some of our customers at Spool 3D are big burly hands like me. And it kind of got a little crushed over the last couple of days. And you'd think I'd learn, but I'm not that smart apparently. The mess behind me is going to get cleaned up, so you guys won't see it anymore. It has just been accumulating back there, and I don't think it looks very good on camera. So I will get to doing that. Now, does anybody have any questions about their 3D printer, 3D printing settings, models that you might be working? Currently, I am working on printing out, this is the base for the Rogue model, which the Savage Land Rogue model. I do have to do a little bit of work on it. This is just freshly printed, so there's some work that still has to be done. I will get that done, or I'll turn it over to my wife, who does all the cleanup work. Johnny Gardner says, because PC is the best. I agree. So let's get into some questions. lot of people have asked me about BL Touch lately and the differences between BL Touch and inductive and capacitive sensors, and why I prefer the BL Touch over the inductive or the capacitive sensors. And the main reason is because inductive and capacitive sensors start to lose accuracy as the bed and the head have been heated up. So if you're doing a Z29 or G29, pardon me, in your slicer or in your G code, what's happening is if you're using a capacitive or inductive sensor, that heat can cause it not to read distance properly. So the BL Touch, because it has a pin that drops down, it is a much more accurate way of determining what the bed is and how the bed is going to work. Nerd Girls 3D Printing, hello. Hope your hand is healing well. It is healing much better. Thank you very much. How easy is it to copy settings from SD to Cura or S3D to Cura? Simplify 3D and Cura almost speak the same language. If you are trying to transfer over settings, it would probably be easier for you just to build a new profile. If you are using, Johnny, if you're using, let's say, Creality, and the reason I pick on Creality is because I have so many of their dinners, but what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so because of the profiles that are now built into Cura, and I'm going to use Creality as an example here. Creality printers, if you want to build your own profile in there, start with the base profile, and then I would build layer height profiles. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do that when I go over 4.0 in Cura. And it's going to make things a lot more easy to understand and how to do that. So we've got here Nerd Girl. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's. Nerd Girls 3D Printing, designing a logo for my channel in Fusion 360. Congratulations, that's great. I look forward to seeing it. What would the best feed guide for kind of flexible material, it for 1.75 or thinner for hot end assembly? Rick, I would probably go with, depending on what printer you're using, a Flexion extruder or a Bondtech extruder. Either one of those, they're a little bit of money, so be prepared that you're going to have to spend some money. They are the best for both flexible filaments. And regardless of the size, you'll buy it for a 1.75. If your filament is thinner than 1.75, I would tend to worry. Theridoo. Hello, sir or ma'am. Hello to you. I think I got all the questions so far. We keep bouncing between good and poor tonight, so I apologize. One Raz, hello. Okay, so let's briefly talk about what's going on here in the back. I've got a couple of printers that are down right now. Mark Baker, hello again all. Hello, Mark Baker. Mark Baker just bought himself 2 Ender 3 Pros to build out his, or to add to his print farm. I hope you're doing well with those, Mark. If you have any problems, you know where to find me, Mark. Come and see me, and I will, I'll make some time for you. This Saturday, as I said, I'm going to be live streaming from the studio, not from home. So because I'll be there recording all day and I've got some head scanning to do. That's another thing I want to talk about, scanning, 3D scanning. A lot of people have asked me about 3D scanning recently and how easy is it to do. With the right software and really inexpensive hardware, you can 3D scan anything. And I'm going to take you through how to use the 360 Connect, the Xbox 360 Connect, with a program called Skinect. And there's another one that's out there that I want to try and look at as well. So I'm going to do a whole episode on that. That'll probably be about a 40-minute episode. 3D printing and painting. Richard, I have an Ender 3, and as soon as you turn on the power supply, bed heats up. Okay, that means your MOSFET on the bed is gone. There's a MOSFET on the board, Jerry. It is a bad MOSFET, yes, absolutely. So what you're going to have to do, because those MOSFETs on those machines are not good at all, I always recommend that you get yourself an external MOSFET. You're going to have to replace the board, Jerry. I apologize for that, but unfortunately there's nothing I can do about it. I had to do the same thing with mine. If it's still under warranty from the company that you bought it, your electronics should be 1 year. So if it's still under warranty, I would let them know, get an RMA for the board, and get them to send you out a new board. And at the same time, purchase yourself the large MOSFET, and then add in the MOSFET. Do you run print server software, and if so, which one and why? Victor Novak. I was running both Octoprint and AstroPrint. I was kind of seeing which one is better. Now they both work on Raspberry Pi. So I found AstroPrint easier to set up, but AstroPrint also comes with a cost if you want to use the touchscreen capabilities of it, or if you want to have more than 2 printers going. So there is a cost associated there. Now, the license for the touch version of AstroPrint, I think, was $30. And then the AstroPrint, to get more than 2 printers, 2 free printers, I think was $10 a month or something. So I tried that out for a little while. For me, because of the printers that I run, there's always somebody around watching them. Even at the studio, you know, I have the ability to just kind of check in on what's going on in the studio, so I don't really need them. I guess I could still use them, but I don't really need them. Now, as far as Octoprint, it's a little more convoluted to set up, but certainly there are a whole lot more options for Octoprint because of the plugins that have been developed for it. And you can get an AstroPrint plugin for Octoprint as well. Where am I on the scale of the two? I think I'm leaning more towards, at this stage of the game, Octoprint for its flexibility. Great, Jerry. I'm glad to hear that you have an extra. Kawasaki ZX14. I'm not going to even bother saying the rest. What would cause a 3D print to start printing okay, and then nozzle starts to catch on the print? That sounds like you're having either G-code issues, your G-code is not being done properly, or that your layers are not being laid down equally, if that makes sense. I know that find out what your lead screw is and what motor you've got running your Z-axis. And then there's a way to do the math for that. I would think that you know, a good portion of printers out there today have an 8mm lead screw, and they usually use a 1.8 degree stepper motor. So the math for that works out to a layer height of 0.04. So your layer heights would be multiples of 0.04. Now there's a great way to figure that out. And if you go over to Shep, C-H-E-P, his channel, he's got a great video on figuring out that math. I would love to redo it for you, but there's no real need to. Shep has got it done really easily, and it's really easy to understand. So Eric says he can check his prints from his watch on Octopi. You got one of those fancy watches. I don't wear a watch. So, yeah, it's kind of weird that way. I stopped wearing a watch years ago, and I mean, there's time on my phone, so there's kind of a clock on my phone, so I never really wear a watch anymore. That's kind of weird. Yes, you may have over extrusion problems. I agree with Eric on that. Kawasaki, you may have over extrusion problems. You want to make sure that your multiplier is working as well and that your flow rate is not more than 100%. If it's over 100%, you may have some other issues that you have to deal with. I'd love to know what printer you have, though. I'm just keeping an eye on the chat here. We do have Super Chat turned on, so if you feel you'd like to help out the channel a little bit, we're going to get back to doing more videos here real soon and get more videos up. I do want to let you guys know, and I discussed it with at least half of the staff today, that we're changing the schedule once again. And my life has become more complicated and a lot more busy since I've actually started working at Spool 3D. I'm there 9 to 5, and it seems that more and more customers are coming in to see me specifically. So our schedule is now going to be starting next week. Wednesday is going to be a new episode. We'll release brand new episodes every Wednesday, and we will release our live streams. We'll still do our live streams every Saturday night. We're going to talk about, we're going to give you guys a behind the scenes look at what goes on at the studio fairly soon as well. We'll kind of walk you through some of the stuff that we do and how we do it. I'll take you through my monster of an Ender 3 that is really only an Ender 3 in name right now. So yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Oh, there's RT. Yes, my good friend Richard Taylor. Sorry I'm late. We are having a little bit of issues tonight for all those that are just joining us. We're having a little bit of buffering issues tonight, so I apologize. And we're not going to stay on too much longer. But that being said, I want to let you guys know that there's a lot of great stuff still coming your way. I want to get into doing some more builds. We've got our teleprompter build we still have to do, which is at the studio. I just have to buy some of the hardware that I need for it. And then we're going to show you how we use a teleprompter at the studio. And why using a teleprompter can be a lot more important than just relying on my ADD. What else we got going on? For all of you folks that may be ordering your filament from Spool 3D, first of all, I want to thank you for that. It keeps me employed. But secondly, I want to tell you that Spool 3D has now changed their filaments. So right now, if you go onto their website, there is some filaments that are on sale. That is from our old manufacturer. All of those are being discontinued. I think right now we're still doing it in-house, so the prices may not be up on the website just yet. However, that being said, we've got a brand new batch of filament. Inside that filament, first of all, it's rolled really nice. Second of all, it's got a nice little indicator on the side of it to tell you how much filament you have left, and it's really clear, so you can see it and read it very easily. And thirdly, it comes with a reusable Ziploc bag, heavy-duty Ziploc bag, so that you can put your filament in it with the Deskin pack and keep it and store it as you need. Now, with that, here's the best part. It did not change the price of the filament. So if you were buying our PLA at $29, PLA is still available at $29. All the new stuff, it is Pantone colored. So what that means is, like this bottle of FW ink, which has a Pantone number on it, if I buy this ink 6 months from now, it's going to be the same purple. And that will be the same for any filament that you buy from Spool 3D from now until whenever they stop using that manufacturer. Show the guide mailed out a bit ahead of time. Show guide mailed out a bit ahead of time. I'm not sure what you mean there, Rick, but okay. When we do the live stream on Saturday, I'll show you how that filament looks, and it is a really, really nice filament to use. So with that said, guys, I think that's pretty much all of the news I wanted to give you guys tonight. Kind of puts us in that range. You kind of brought up to date about what's been happening behind the scenes and in front of the camera. I'm going to now go and relax. It's been a long day. And I will see you guys again Saturday night. I'm by myself Saturday night, so it's just you and me, baby. And